One day, you and everyone you love will die. In the grand scheme of the cosmos, our existence is a temporary blip, and everything we do is just the bumping and milling about of inconsequential cosmic dust. That is the uncomfortable truth of life. And while it sounds terrifying, accepting your own absolute insignificance is actually the first required step to genuine psychological freedom. We are going to look at exactly how your brain actively sabotages your happiness, why the modern obsession with living a pain-free life is a massive trap, and how you can build a resilient mindset that actually lasts. Because once you stop running from the fact that human existence is inherently meaningless, the daily anxiety of trying to matter suddenly evaporates. By almost every statistical measure, we are living through the safest, wealthiest, and most comfortable period in human history. We have free Wi-Fi, electric cars, and endless access to entertainment and food. Yet, despite this physical abundance and an endless supply of productivity tools, rates of anxiety, isolation, and depression are hitting all-time highs. We feel worse, even as everything around us consistently gets better. To survive the uncomfortable truth of our insignificance, our minds constantly invent hope narratives. We construct these before and after stories to convince ourselves that our actions have cosmic importance and that there is a reason to get out of bed in the morning. To maintain any of these hope narratives, our psychology requires 3 specific pillars. We need a sense of control over our own lives and fate. We need values, meaning something important enough to work toward. And we need a community that shares and supports those exact values. If you lose any one of those 3 components, you lose the other 2. Your mental engine stalls out completely, and all the physical comforts in the world cannot save you from that spiritual death. When our lives stall out, we usually try to fix the problem by acquiring more information. We assume that if we just find the right facts, data, or logic, our behavior will automatically align with our goals. But human decisions don't run on information. Imagine your mind as a consciousness car with 2 occupants. In the passenger seat is your thinking brain, a rational, logical square. But holding the steering wheel is your feeling brain, a massive, impulsive, and highly sensitive creature. The thinking brain assumes it is in charge because it draws the map. It projects spreadsheets and logical arguments onto the dashboard. But the feeling brain controls the gas pedal. If the feeling brain wants to swerve off the road and eat a pint of ice cream at 2 a.m., that's exactly where the car goes. You cannot bombard the feeling brain with facts to force it into submission. The only language it actually understands is emotion. You must ask how it's feeling, listen to its impulses, and appeal to it through empathy. True self-control means dropping the illusion that logic alone will save you. You must align your rational goals with your emotional cravings, offering the feeling brain a tangible benefit to coax it into driving the right way. This internal negotiation is governed by a psychological rule. Every action demands an equal and opposite emotional reaction. When we experience pain or success, our brains naturally try to equalize those moral gaps to maintain our sense of self-worth. Today, we try to cheat this equation through life hacking. We want the rewards of a perfectly optimized life, fluency in a new language, a shredded physique, immense wealth, without making any actual sacrifices. We want the success without the pain of commitment. But pain is the universal constant of the human condition. It is mathematically impossible to eliminate it from your life. The moment you solve one problem, your brain simply upgrades your suffering to a new, more sophisticated problem. We swat at minor inconveniences and lose our minds when a website takes 3 seconds to load. To understand what actual resilience looks like, we have to look at an environment designed to extinguish human hope completely. In 1940, a Polish military officer named Witold Pilecki volunteered for a mission that sounded like pure suicide. He deliberately got himself arrested so he could be sent to a newly constructed Nazi prison camp to gather intelligence. He remains the only man known to volunteer Auschwitz. Surrounded by mass murder, torture, and starvation, Pilecki spent 2 years building an entire underground resistance network from scratch. Even after escaping, and later watching his home city of Warsaw be reduced to ash, his core values remained completely intact. He conjured a massive, sustaining hope from absolute zero. If an individual can manufacture profound meaning while standing in the literal jaws of hell, our modern despair is clearly not a lack of comfort. It is our refusal to engage with meaningful pain. It is tempting to look for a quick fix, a simple transactional formula where you input a few positive affirmations and output a permanently happy, pain-free tomorrow. But the most precious things in life are inherently non-transactional. You cannot conspire for happiness. The very act of trying to bargain for a painless existence guarantees you will never find it. The answer lies in anti-fragility. Instead of trying to protect our feelings or insulate ourselves from discomfort, we must deliberately choose struggles that test us, break us down, and force us to grow stronger. Stop hoping for the world around you to get easier. Stop hoping for better, and just be better. Be more compassionate, more disciplined, more humble, and more resilient. Because true freedom is never found in the absence of pain. It is found in the voluntary commitment to a struggle that actually matters. What is the struggle you are choosing to commit to today? Let us know down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Mindset Matters for more videos that challenge how you see the world.